student learners at the University of Johannesburg have rejected the planned online learning that's set to start this week, saying it's a system designed for the rich, while poor students will lose out. UJ and the University of the Witwatersrand last week announced that they will switch to online learning from today, as the country is still observing the lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the university saying it will supply students with data and laptops, student leaders at UJ say they are not satisfied with the university's plans. For more on this, I'm joined on the line by Yola Mafuna, leader of the Progressive Youth Alliance at UJ. A very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. You've expressed your dissatisfaction. Talk us through some of the very imperative reasons why you are rejecting this plan.
Good morning. I just want to correct, it's not a few of us. What we lead is a majority of students by the majority. And what is happening is that we see this announcement by the University of Johannesburg as a publicity stunt. It is a way to appease the masses and to distract them. It is a dissatisfactory measure to tame the movement. So what has happened with the announcement is that they have announced to deliver laptops without actually giving out the criteria of who qualifies and when these laptops will be delivered. The data too. There's not been any communication about any student who has officially received their data onto their SIM cards. But yet, with all the preparations that still need to be done, the university insists on starting with the academics this morning. I am told that some lectures have begun at 8 o'clock this morning. So it is still not what we had asked for, and really, if we're being honest, what we're asking for is nothing innovative or revolutionary. It is being done by other universities, the University of UP, Rhodes. So it is practical and realistic and really fair things, because if we're being honest, education is a constitutional right. Mm-hmm. It is not reserved for the privileged or the ultra-wealthy. So even here, especially when students are already registered and they have already begun with the academic year, they should be allowed, and all necessary and possible ways to assist them in achieving and attaining this online education should be done, because there can't be any unfair advantages offered to students who may come from privileged families over those who may come from underprivileged families.
Now, Yola, you say this is a publicity stunt from the university. Just talk us into the depth of what your direct call is to the university as we face COVID-19 during this time.
So the campaign of hashtag boycott online learning UJ has been running since this Friday. Before that, there had been numerous attempts by the Student Representative Council and the organization SASCO to assist the university in making sure that the online learning system is as accommodative and inclusive as possible. But we had been met with many ridiculous and arrogant levels of ignorance and nonchalance by the university management. There hasn't been any consultation with the students, certainly not the student leadership. There hasn't even been consultation with the academic staff. The lecturers, the tutors are only informed of decisions taken and then thereafter expected to comply. So how can you want to rush into a online system with the entire population of the students without having consulted your own academic staff as to their readiness and preparedness to offer their content on this platform? It's unacceptable, and what we're simply asking for is a postponement of the beginning of the term. From today, the announcement that they released late last night was to say that they are going to be releasing these laptops, 4,000 laptops, which is really not enough, considering that we have 55,000 registered students at UJ. They are also going to be distributing the data, and assessments and assignments shouldn't begin for the next 2 weeks. Yet, contradictory to that, they are resuming with lectures this morning. So what about those? According to them, there's a minimum of 30% of students who don't have laptops or personal computers or devices relevant for online learning at all. So what about those 30% plus students who can't even log onto Zoom to watch their lectures, log into Blackboard to download their lecture slides and continue with the academics as the privileged students are fortunate enough to do so.
Thank you so much, Yola. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. Some really important questions put out there by Yola Mafuna, leader of the Progressive Youth Alliance at the University of Johannesburg.